Okay. Buff Nation, what's going on, everybody? Hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm sorry that I'm so late coming here, and glad that we got a little bit of a crowd in tonight. Raw, it's been a little bit since we've done a stream together. How are you doing today, man?
Man, I'm doing much better than I have been the last couple of days. I will admit, you know what I'm saying. So I'm not gonna cry you a river. I already did that on the back channel. So I'm just gonna just tell you that I'm doing much better.
Well, hey, that's great. And how could you be in a bad mood when you see a guy like Baker Mayfield have the performance of his career last night? After all that talking we did, Baker Mayfield victorious, and the Chiefs run Wildcat, and they're facing Buffalo in the divisional round.
Hey,
So that's just how things are.
it validates nothing.
Oh, shout out to Tiff if you're watching this. If you're not, I'm sure you're spending your time in a much better fashion. But good to see a lot of people in here on the chat. I was in the shower, just a little bit ago, thinking, what do I got nothing to talk about today, but I was like, I need to get on here. I had a really busy day at work. I need this. I need to get on here. And then it hit me. Why don't I give like one thing or one piece of feedback for all of our returning players on different things that they could improve, all of that, and hear what people have to say. And then, I don't know if you saw this, Ra, but credit to No Sco Zone for posting this. As I was going to post the Twitter link for this video, I saw that Quavo was doing the same thing. He was giving Shedeur Sanders and Shiloh a little piece of his mind about what needs to change this offseason, saying, hey, y'all boys need to tighten up. You had too much motion. They couldn't handle the motion. I mean, those are some big words, but I guess, I don't know if it's the moon or if we're dealing with a full moon, but I guess everybody's in this kind of mood to tell Shedeur and company what they need to be doing.
Hey, listen, I think I do it all the time, but you know what I'm saying, what do I know? I'm a keyboard junkie.
What do I know? Our boy Jalen Hurts lost last night, man. That's exactly. So I guess we can get right to it. I had some players that I wanted to go through and talk about. And Ra, you can just kind of comment on here after I give my 2 cents. And
Okay.
if there's any player that comes to mind that you want to share about,
All right.
feel free to do it. But I gave you very little time to prep and think about this, so I'm not going to ask you come prepared, but man, I think I'm just going to start here at the top, and y'all let me know. I'll get to the comments here in a little bit. We'll start with number one, man. There are a few different things that Cormani did. Or did I say? What did I say? I say Quavo.
Oh, I thought you did say Quavo. My bad. I thought that is what you said.
No, I definitely said Quavo.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sorry, guys. I'll get it right. I gotta make sure that I'm right with my audience. So I appreciate that you guys keep me on the straight and narrow.
Oh, I feel you. But you pop it off with Cormani off top.
Yeah, man. We're just gonna start. Okay. Cormani, I know that there's a lot to work on, and a lot of these things are pretty obvious. Like, we could tell every player from last year's team, Rod, that they all just needed to get stronger, man. They all just needed to get stronger. But Cormani, maybe you can help me narrow down this. It's either like his aggression level, like a mentality type of thing, or his hands, man. Working on his hands a little bit, jamming those receivers up a little bit closer at the line, so they're not getting easy breaks off against him, so they can get easy crossers, anything, slant routes, anything like that. Or the hands can help with him getting off blocks. He allowed himself to just get blocked up real easily there in the running game. And I guess those would be a couple things I'd like to see him improve on. But what do you think about those two? If you had to pick one of those, what would it be?
You stole the words from it. Yeah, how you started this off about, we can say with everybody get bigger and stronger, right?
Yeah.
Get bigger and stronger. I will say though, I think it's especially important with Cormani. Again, I don't want to do that, but I can easily say he needs to work on his technique. Everybody can get better technique wise, right? But I
Uh-huh.
think because he's so small is the reason why you probably have a hands problem with him.
Yeah.
I just think he again. Let's don't use the size no more after this one. I think it's probably only one other person that this applies to this. You know what I'm saying? That important. You know what I'm saying? But he has to get bro. I think that's what's wrong with the hands. It's the fact that he's just not that physical.
Yeah, he needs to do those, what's that thing called, man? It strengthens,
Oh
your whole
yeah, that
forearm muscle,
oh
man,
yeah,
all
bro.
that, man.
Yeah, he gonna have to get bro. And I think that's what it is. In addition to the fact that he was a freshman, so I think coming in with the experience of the system, experience of knowing how the college just scene works overall. He didn't get there until what I'm saying very late, right before the season. So I think you'll have a natural progression with familiarity. But I would agree with your hands. I would agree with that, but I think that's rooted in the strength category. Just to be honest with you.
Well, we can break it down a little bit from the strength category. I think that's fine. Bodie coming in here saying Dylan Edwards, I guess he's a player. Let's just comment on him right now. Gaining 12 pounds of muscle. I guess for that one guy that's always in here on the comments, I don't know who he is, but he's like, Cormani needs to hit the gym and stop posting Instagram pics. Where's the news about him gaining 12 pounds of muscle? Where's that one, right?
Right.
But Dylan Edwards, I think the biggest thing, and this is hard with as poor of line play, that we got this past year, but I would really like to see him work on his vision, working on that patience a little bit as he looks to find holes. I think with Pat Shermer, we'll be doing a combination of both zone and man blocking, and so it's going to be important for him to understand like how to read blocks in both of those schemes, and trying to set up, his runs, kind of thinking one step ahead of, exactly what's in front of him. Like we see with all the greats, they're able to see,
Mhm.
2, 3 moves ahead of themselves. Anything to add there?
No, I honestly, man, Dylan. Well, you've heard me talk about Dylan Edwards before. I'm good with his size. I'm good with that. I'm good with what I'm saying, pretty much mostly everything he does. I would agree with you that he needs to kind of understand the pace of the game, which comes with experience, right? His vision, as you mentioned, vision. I think
Mhm.
what I'm saying, a lot of issues that he had, he was just moving too quick. He wasn't like allowing some holes to open up, even on those screen passes, things like that. I think he sometimes because you notice he outran his blockers a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like off
Mhm.
top. So what I'm saying, but I think that comes with experience. I'm pretty happy, honestly, with Dylan Edwards. To be honest with you, bro. I think he's a leader. I,
Yeah.
I'm extremely happy with Dylan. So yeah, if anything that needs to improve, I would agree with you. It's his vision.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Well, I guess before I start scrolling through the rest of the roster, I did want to hit on this. I want to hit on Rick George real quick. I know I don't have his photo up, but I'm curious if you have raw a piece of or something for him to work on. I think for me, Rick George, if there's a lot of things that he can be working on. He's got to figure out Tad Boyle if he's going to keep him as a basketball coach. The stadium expansion, all of that, and raising more money for the program, all that. But my one piece of feedback, Rick George, get us a new turf that's worth a damn. You know, let's do that.
uh, okay, I don't disagree with that. Hey, um, I know a lot of upgrade your facilities. Get those facilities upgraded, bro. Uh, I guess they were at the time that he did it, right?
Mhm.
They were okay, but in
It's like 7,
comparison,
8 years ago, yeah.
yeah, they need to. I've seen some facilities before, and they could do a lot better in that area. But I don't know if the problem is that are they locked? I didn't walk around the campus when I visited. Is there any room on the campus? You know,
Well, if you're talking about the stadium itself,
well, no, I mean just even where I guess that's where they work out too. Yeah, yeah, right.
yeah, because it's right next door. I think there would be some room for expansion. Um, the problem is that yeah, like, we have this outdoor field that's over there, that they use to practice outdoor. There's not like a ton of room. And there's
Right.
also like on the north side, um, if I remember correctly, I never went over there much, but I think there's like some hills over there. So it might, it can be done, but there's gonna be a little bit more work required to like get that area ready. Um
Mhm.
for like a facilities revamp.
Right.
But yeah, we also need another jumbotron. This one is still nice, the one that we're getting, the $15 million one that Stretch It
Mhm.
Out broke to us. But you know, uh yeah, we still need a bigger one. But I'm very happy. Don't get me wrong, I'm very happy. I just want to keep seeing bigger and better things.
That's the only thing that's the only thing that I can think of. When I'm looking at, bro. I mean, you probably watched some videos and you've probably been to some facilities that you've seen, and I'm like, bro, y'all, is that all the squad racks you got? You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? They they need to invest in that. They need to
Yes.
invest in that. Yeah,
I'm fine with that.
yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna hit on like every returning player in this list, Raw. I mean, there are things. Well, I'll ask you. I didn't have anything for Omari and Cooper. Did you?
No, no, I didn't have anything from
Cool.
Maureen Cooper. No,
We'll
no, no.
we'll
I,
we'll, we'll keep rolling. We'll keep rolling. All right.
Jimmy, oh, there you go. There you go. There you go.
And before I get labeled, um, wrongly, I might add, as a Jimmy Horn hater, because I just happen to think that LeJohntay Wester's a better player right now.
Oh, you
That,
said
that
that? You didn't say that, did you? You didn't say that. You said that, Dave. Oh,
dude,
come on,
dude,
Dave.
the
Come on,
man
Dave.
caught over 100 balls last year, over
Oh,
1,100
Dave, you
yards,
didn't say
man.
that, did
That
you?
guy's
Oh my
twitchy.
God. Look
Man,
here, everybody that's listening to me right now, Dave doesn't really mean that. He's just kind of poking fun. Dave is still he's not on the dark side. He's
I'm
on
not
the
on the dark
light
side,
side.
man.
You know what I'm saying? So don't y'all hold that against Dave. Dave, I keep telling you, I want your channel to be a safe space for me. So you got to quit. You got to quit sliding
I'm,
these little takes
uh,
in there, bro.
I'm not baiting you. I promise I'm not trying to bait you. Here's the thing. Here's the thing with Jimmy Horn. I've never called him Jimmy Drops. I've seen that though. I've
You
seen
got
that though.
to
And
get it out.
I want him to go from, being called by the haters, Jimmy Drops, to Jimmy Drafted. And in order to be Jimmy Drafted, which I think he has the potential to be, just got to work on that focus a little bit more, right?
Mhm.
People got offended when I said this, that Jimmy Horn was if you're taking out Shedeur and Travis, he was our most clutch player this past year. Maybe you can make a slight argument for Michael Harrison, but who cares about him now? He's in San Diego. Doesn't count now. But when you're the most clutch, it doesn't mean you have to be the most consistent. It just means that you come up big when the moment matters the most. Jimmy Horn had a lot of big plays for us and a lot of big moments. And if he can just bring that same focus to the easy plays, he's golden.
Wow. Most clutch player. Wow.
Do we want to go down that rabbit hole right now?
Wow. No, no, no. We can leave it alone. We can leave it alone. I agree. You know what I'm saying? I'll go a different direction with Jimmy Horn. Now, people told me that he was injured during the year. Maybe that's what it is. But I thought that he lacked a lot of explosion. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? The catch, some of those catches that he had, I think he should have been out, you know what I'm saying? Like a shotgun. He should have been, you know what I'm saying, out. But it seemed like he was very slow developing as far as getting out the breaks and things of that sort, bro. I just thought he was a little more of an explosive wide receiver watching him in practice. So
Yes.
if he can improve on that, it'll be greatly. I think that'll help him out a lot. And obvious, like you said, right? He needs to catch. He needs to catch the ball. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, let's just call it what it is. Okay, granted. I like Jimmy. Don't get it twisted. I like Jimmy. I'm saying it for your day. You ain't gotta say that. But I think we all can agree that, you know what I'm saying, he needs to be somebody you can depend on, that he's going to reel it
Facts.
in. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Facts. This is
Yeah.
his year to put it all together. So, okay. Let me scroll through here, see what else we got. Tarvarish, I don't really have much feedback on him since we only saw him in spurts. Cameron Silman Craig. He was one of like kind of more so our full-time players that I couldn't really think of like anything. There wasn't like any like big negative plays that like popped in my mind when I was thinking about him earlier this evening, or like anything that really stands out to me tonight, having not watched a Buffs game in like 2 months. Do you have anything with him?
No, he's one of those just normal progression. He should, you know what I'm saying, be much improved. Again, we can say size with everybody, but that's it. I love Cam, the way he plays, and I love his attitude. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't have much to say on Cam. You know what I mean?
Maybe just, continue to step up more and more in a leadership role. I think we need more leaders on this team. I think, that probably with us being a whole new team last year, I think we did lack a little bit of like leadership overall. But now that guys have been here for a while, they're comfortable. Not everybody is the new guy all at once, so to speak. I think we're going to get better leadership as a whole from the team. Breedlove, Weaver, they're all gone. Okay. Travis Hunter, this was my thing that I would love Travis to work on this year. Outside of being our kickoff specialist. But it is because he's on the field for so many snaps. There's sometimes, man, when he gets the ball on offense and I'm like, good, dear Lord, please just go down. Just go down. Just, sometimes, man, you don't need to be taking some of those hits because you're already on the field more often than others. This isn't something that he did all the time where he was just running into contact, but there were like a handful of plays that I remember thinking like, man, Travis, just go down right before that, man. We need him healthy. Him getting hurt this past year wasn't the result of something like that, but I'm hoping that he's a little bit more mindful. What are your thoughts?
Absolutely. Actually, with Travis, I just want him to get a better understanding of the game. You know what I'm saying? Being able to read keys from different wide receivers when he's on D, and just work on his overall game and from the offensive side. There's nothing that when I watch Travis play, there's nothing pressing that I see from him that I'm like, bro, you need to do this a whole lot better. So I think we had a conversation the other day about, somebody was telling me why he couldn't be MVP. Something we was talking about, it was a stupid conversation, so I shouldn't even bring it back up. But point being, if he just honestly, if he did not get better at all, let me just say that. If he didn't get better at all, he just carried over from what he did this previous season, he's still a Heisman Trophy candidate.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Totally. And this is reminding me, Ra, I don't know how I just totally missed this. I got distracted with Dylan Edwards. I forgot to give my piece of feedback on our great leader, too, Shiloh Sanders. This is what I would like to see a little bit more of, just because I think he's such a competitor, man, just like his dad is, that it's hard for him to just, if something ain't happened, to just scrap that play, man, throw that thing out of bounds when it is, when nothing right's happening, man. I would love to see him incorporate some of that into his decision-making, because we just didn't see it, man. He was going all out every play, and sometimes, man, it ain't going to work, and, you just need to scrap it. All the greats do it. He needs to do that.
Facts. So I totally agree with you. And I'll just put it to him, he needs to work on being a pro. He needs to work on being a professional. Professional quarterbacks don't hold on the ball. Sometimes the best throw is the one that when they throw the ball away. So if he can just work on being a pro, hey, he good. You see what I'm saying? I think that's a great improvement. So I agree with you, bro. I agree with you.
Okay, let me get back down to our list. Man, I kind of wish Hankerson was still around. Oh, well.
Keep going. Just keep going. Just keep going.
I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to stop right here. We're going to talk about my guy, Savell Smalls. You know, I'm not right about much raw, but it looks like, according to the video footage, that I am right on something. Savell Smalls is making a position change finally, and he was sitting with those tight ends in that team meeting on the pregame show. So Savell Smalls, what I would like to see you improve on is just, you know, obviously learning a new position. Work on those hands, baby. Work on that explosiveness, and hopefully you can block. Hopefully you can block. But Coach Lowell get you straight, and I guess Coach Bart. Why don't we ever call him Coach Bart? We always call him Coach Bartoloni, but Bart, cool nickname. Anyways, comments.
Oh my God, why are you gonna make me do this? If he's going to tight end, he's never gonna see the field, in my opinion. Now I hope I'm wrong.
Okay, he was gonna see the field at edge.
Hold on. Let me just say, I hope
he's got a better shot.
No, I hope I'm wrong. Okay, I hope I'm wrong. I want to be wrong, but bro, don't tell me a guy. How many years in the game is he now? 3 or 4 years in the game?
At edge?
Yeah. You gonna switch from the tight end, bro, and you think he hitting the field? Come on, man. Come on, man.
I know it's different, but we've seen some quarterbacks, you know, make that switch to wide receiver once they're in the pros. Yeah, right?
Come on, Dave.
Julian Edelman. He is our Julian Edelman. I'm gonna put tight end.
Bro. Come on, bro. Hey, listen, look. It ain't as bad as Tebow the tight end. It ain't that bad. Granted, don't misunderstand me. It's not that bad, right? But honestly, I hate that they doing that. If that's gonna happen, I hate that. I want him to be at edge, bro. That's where I want him at, and he needs to, because let's be honest about it. His problem is here. You know what I'm saying? Because he possessed some attributes, right, to be a good player.
Yeah.
So if anything that he needs to improve on is right here, right? He needs to just go ahead and suck it up and say, "Okay, I'm going to be physical. I'm going to go out. I'm going to attack him like my hair is on fire," and he could get on the field. But with that same type of mentality, now you're moving him to tight end, a position that he don't play. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden is playing. We want to hang our hat on the fact, well, he played tight end in high school. But guys, let me tell y'all, no, most of these guys is pretty good recruits. They play everything in high school: quarterback, running back, wide receiver.
They're doing the punts.
End. Bro, listen, man, in high school. So people that's listening to me, hold on, let y'all know something. High school, everybody does everything if you're good. So no, man, listen, man. I'm sorry, Dave. I don't like it. I don't like him at tight end.
That's okay. We can still be friends.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm not going to put our friendship on the line. You know,
Savell Smalls.
Well, for any of these players, man, to be honest. So, we'll keep moving forward here. Omari and Miller, not too much to say other than, hey, you have a great opportunity right now to make best friends with your new wide receivers coach and make best friend. I already forgot his name, but make best friends with him to make sure that you're on the field more, because we need to see you on the field more this past year. You know, I guess Coach Prime said he needs consistency in his preparation, whatever. Yes. We all need to be doing that, but make best friends with your new position coach, and I think that will pay dividends.
Bro, hey, look, I'm not going to go off, you know what I'm saying, off the ledge here talking about Omari Miller, because clearly my wide receiver eval is suspect. Now, okay, greatly so. You know what I'm saying? Granted, I don't have anything in my YouTube history that can prove that because I took it off. But granted, I have done some bad assessment on wide receiver. But I think Omari Miller, right? I think he has what it takes to become right a guy that can make a difference, right? Because he has good hands. You know what? Oh my God, they're gonna murder me for this because I'm bad at this. He is not this guy. Let me just refresh. He is not this guy. All right, let me just say that. But let me, God, because I know what they say. Did you hear what Rawhide said this time? That he ain't this guy. But the way he catches the ball, that one game, the way he catches the ball, seems like everything stick to it. Hands wise, right? It's similar. Similar does not mean the same as Adam Hopkins. Not Adam Hopkins, but Hopkins in the NFL plays for
DeAndre Hopkins.
DeAndre Hopkins. There you go.
Yeah.
Here, catching wise, some of those balls he was through in that USC game, bro, that was all him.
Facts.
That was all him, bro. So a guy like that, man, sticky like that. Oh man, I got high hopes for Omari Miller, bro. I got high hopes for him.
I do too, man. I want to see a lot of him this year. Okay. Yeah. Gonna move forward. We don't need to comment on this, but Mark Bassett just learned kickoffs. Please, get good at kickoffs. All right. Speaking of kickoffs, we got a great group right here. We're gonna get this started. Alejandro Mata. Mata's my guy. Mata is the perfect kicker if we are playing on an 80-yard field right now. What I need Alejandro Mata to do is just extend that distance 10 more yards. That's it. Extend that distance 10 more yards. Then we're golden. Okay?
Okay, first, I know we're not going to talk about size and everything, but I'm going to throw this on Mata. Mata, I need you to lose 40 pounds. Now, that being said, okay. That being said, man, I like Mata, bro. I like Mata. I do like Mata, man. I believe he can hit a 50-yard field goal. I believe that.
Oh, he can. Yeah.
I believe that. I believe he can hit from 50. So if we're knocking Mata for the fact that we don't think he can kick over 50, bro, we don't need to be. I put it this way. I'm more worried about needing to kick over 50 than I am about Mata being a hindrance at kicker. You follow what I'm saying there? Hey, bro, if we lived on the margins of plus 55, I'm like, they'll make the margins you want to be living in. You know what I'm saying, bro? So right. I guess that's kind of how I say it because my man is accurate, though, man. That thing comes down the middle almost every time.
And that's what I'm saying, Rob, because I want him to add 10 more yards, dude, because I think if he can do that, he'll be kicking touchbacks in Boulder 70-80% of the time, right? Mm-hmm. And we'll skip Ryan Staub for right now, but Jace Feely, man, he's the exact opposite, man. He's got the leg, but accuracy, consistency, just all over the place, man. Like right now, I don't even really trust him doing kickoffs, man, because most of the time it's not getting done.
Is he still on the team?
I hope so. Well, I don't know. I hope he's still there because I would like to see him get better, but I don't know. I have no idea.
Bro. Okay, what would I like him to see better from his accuracy?
Yeah.
I want him to be right. I don't want him to kick the ball out of bounds on kickoffs. I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, I ain't even asking for a lot on accuracy. So you thought I was talking about field goals. You thought I was talking. No, bro, I ain't even talking about field goals. I'm talking about all that field. I just don't want it to go out of bounds on the kickoff.
The job description, it's minimal, man. It's easy. It's easy to reach these things.
It's low. Bro, come on, man. Just don't kick it out of bounds on kickoffs, bro. Hey, when was the last time you heard somebody talk about a kicker and accuracy referring to kickoffs?
Dude, we're the only program in college football history. I guarantee you. I think we had 3 or 4 kicked out of bounds last year.
2 in one game, bro. 2 in one game. I'm like, bro.
Just awful. Just awful.
Ball out of bounds. It's embarrassing. Honestly, it's embarrassing. Let's just call it what it is.
It's got to change, man, because we know the special teams coaching isn't going to change. So we got the ability that's got to change, man. With
There
all
you
that,
go, Dave. Don't do it.
you know,
Don't do it.
I'm not.
Dave.
I'm not going to go full dark side, Dave. We'll wait for the Coach K show if ever that happens, right?
There
But
you go. There you go.
you know, let's talk about the man in the middle right here. You know, Ryan Staub. I thought he did a good job. Again, y'all make me say different things because I say I want to bring in more competition at the backup quarterback position. And then y'all say, no, Ryan Staub right now is already the heir apparent to Shedeur Sanders. What are we doing bringing in other quarterbacks? And then you make me sound like I'm a Ryan Staub hater. That is, that is just not the case. But
Right.
outside of growing 2 to 3 inches, getting to that nice 6'3", 6'4" height, that I really like. Let's just continue to work on that arm strength, Ryan Staub. I feel like he's got the cerebral ability for what it takes to play quarterback at a high level. Now we just got to work on the physical attributes a little bit. So I'm going with arm strength. What are you going with?
Ryan, I'm going with situational awareness. I'm going with accuracy, and let's do it one more time. Accuracy. Now, I'm not saying that like he was bad, like he was just god awful or anything. I'm not saying that, but there was a few times where I'm like, bro, come on, man, you gotta be able to, what I'm saying, get the ball in the vicinity. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, accuracy, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, but he's a freshman, so it ain't like it's the end of the world. That those things are expected. You know what I mean? So, it ain't a big knock. But yeah, you let's just call it what it is. You don't like Staub. He's too short for you. You have a problem with short people. Let's just call it what it is, Dave.
I'm 6'2", just saying, like, if you're not at least my height, like, I don't want you like playing quarterback for my team. Like, that's pretty, like, I'm sorry, man. That might be the hard news to hear. And now I'm jaded with Russell Wilson. Okay. Gonna move through all this. Gonna summarize this. Adam Hopkins, no idea. Miles Slusher, just stay healthy. Bentley, I had open field tackling, just getting more consistent at that. Was there anything with Bentley that you wanted to mention?
How do I'm trying to say it right. I would like Bentley to be able to sniff out plays better.
Better
like him to work. I would like him to work on his what's the word? How could I say it to sound nice? I just like his
Ray
football
Lewis
intellect. I would like it to be a little bit higher. What about that? Just a little bit higher. Sometimes Bentley makes me scratch my head, but because I think if you send Bentley all the time, I think if you just send him it all the time, I think that's what he does best. So that's what I like to see from Bentley.
We can skip the man in the middle here. Nothing else said, other than, well, I just won't say it. We'll move on to Shedeur Sanders.
Oh Lord, here we go.
We'll move on to Shiloh. I think there are a few things that I would like to see Shiloh change in his game. I'm trying to think of what's most realistic in an offseason, and I think probably maybe this is the easy one, but I still want to see him be more consistent in open field tackling.
Is that all? That's all day.
I just went with one. So you give me one.
Oh my God, you're gonna make me do it. Okay. Pursuit angles.
Hey, that's great. Talk about it.
Oh my God. Can he do that? Anyway, I don't want to turn it because I know what the chat, they're gonna just lose their mind. They know how they think I hate Shiloh Sanders, which I don't. I think he is a I think Shedeur Sanders is that he plays a position, you know what I'm saying? And, I think everybody can improve, right? I agree. I think that. And see already, bro. And I just believe that Shiloh, like everybody, there's things that can be worked on. I'll leave it at that. I'm not going that, you know what I'm saying? You get notified from big people, so I'm not gonna mess your channel up, bro. I ain't gonna mess your channel up. I ain't gonna mess your channel up, bro.
Oh man. Well, hey, I'll get it right this time, just like the man above said. Quavo gave Shiloh the same advice, man. So
did he? I missed that. I saw it was in little writing. Did he really?
You said tighten up, man. Y'all gotta tighten up.
Listen, man. Hey, bro. I listen, man. I ain't gonna do you like that, Dave. I'm gonna be nice. I ain't gonna do you like that. Shout like he just need to improve on pursuit angles and tackling. There we go. What about that?
Yeah, that's great. I love it. Well, thank goodness we can move on. All right, let's go here. Alt McCaskill, I got nothing to say, man. Just get healthy. Gavin Cole, just continue to be that walk-on quarterback, bro. Just enjoy this experience, man. Just soak it all in. Just have a lot of fun, and don't stress too much about the results on the field. This past year, it's not your fault, man. Okay, Carter.
All right. Oh, I'm sorry. Let you go first.
Well, this one with Carter, I had I could take the sarcastic route. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Carter. I got his jersey, so I want him to succeed. I'm just throwing that out there, right there. Like, I want this guy on the team. I feel like he played very well for a true freshman. But this is a joke. I just want to say, just don't yap at Coach Prime on the sidelines, because then people start wondering for 5 months if you're going to be on the team or not. He doesn't need any of that smoke when he's just trying to work on his game. He doesn't need that. But on a more serious note, I thought actually that he was like a really good tackler. So basic stuff, because he was a good tackler, and I remember some balls, getting completed against him, different things like that. He probably needs to just work on his technique and coverage a little bit, probably similar things to Cormani, which is, jamming up, releases from the wide receivers, different things like that. I guess we'll see if he transitions to safety at some point, but for right now, I'm going to say that he's a cornerback.
All right, here we go. Carter Stoutmire. Let me just, before disclosure, I love Carter Stoutmire.
Thank you.
Okay,
I love Carter too.
Let me just put it out there, bro. I love Carter Stoutmire. I think if he don't outgrow the position, I think he's a first-round draft pick when he's ready to come out. I think Carter Stoutmire was one of the better DBs that they had this year. Granted, he got beat a couple times. Let's don't act like all of them didn't get beat. They
all got burned against Stanford.
They all got beat. So let's just call it what it is. My man.
And he was playing that on a serious ankle injury. Just want to throw that out.
And bro, he the only one out there that when I see him in the open field, he can bring the man down. He one of the few. So yes. I'm sorry, man. It's supposed to be about what they should improve on. I'm defending, right? I'm 10 toes down with Carter right now. So
I'm gonna have to buy you a Stoutmire jersey,
bro.
At everybody.
People judging this guy because he got burnt 1 or 2 times, and these other suckers been getting burnt all game long.
Dude, he's got confidence. And I like his attitude. Again, we kind of saw it blow up on the sidelines, dude. I don't care about that.
Let me speak on that. He the only one on the team that had any seasoning, right, in his play. That's why he's saying something. At least he showed, at least he act like he cared. At least he act like it mattered. Instead of coming off the field, dropping a head, coming off the field, needing the hook, coming off the field, needing the pack, coming off the field. Bro, don't get me started on the. I'm sorry, I don't need to do that. Hold on. Let me back up, Dave. I liked it. So what he needed to improve on, just watching the game, because he's already. His daddy played in the league. He's been doing this. So from a technical standpoint, He's solid, right? You can always improve on that. I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Understand the defense and getting, you know what I'm saying, understand the speed of the Power 5 game. That's fine. If he don't eat himself out, I'm telling y'all guys, when he come out, first round draft pick. Yeah, there we go.
And I said it too, Zion. Y'all always want to make Rawhide the butt of the jokes, but man, I did it too. Go look up my video on Javon Antonio. I didn't take it down, you know. See all my misses I had last year.
Yeah, I messed that one up. Bro, I tell you, man, I they got me on that. Hey, I well off got me. I just call it what it is, bro. Bro, they had me drinking the well off juice, bro. I'm sitting there, man. Like Javon Antonio pushing folks down. I'm like, oh, wait, this dude right here, I'm changed. Man, that dude, I ain't gonna say nothing bad about him.
I don't care about practice this year. I learned my lesson.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care. I'm not gonna read into it too much at all, but I want to say this about Carter, and then we can wrap it up. You know, I think this team benefits with more people with an attitude like he has. And I mean, again, this is based off of no information, just again, how I saw the running backs used and how little I saw them used in the offense. But I mean, Carter might have given Coach Prime more input than Coach Flea gave that offense the whole year.
Oh my God! There you go. There you go again. Listen, let me quickly get you off of this. Let me tell you, the couple of times Carter got burned. I gotta help you. I'm gonna save you. The couple of times Carter got burned. Do you know he was still there, arm's reach? He was still there, arm's reach. A couple of them, right? These other ones that got burned. They weren't even in they weren't even in the picture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bro.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like y'all understand, Carter got 2 more years before he drafted eligible guys. So I'm just letting y'all know. Bro, I like the way he played. I'm just worried about his size. He came in, you come in as a young freshman, you know what I'm saying, 205 pounds, bro. That's NFL size as a freshman.
Yes.
So you know you're gonna settle in and grow. That's the only thing that worry about him. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that worries about him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll never get, you know, it's just like fans, man. Like immediately once the season started, it's like they already knew who they loved and hated. And again, I just don't get the Carter criticism. I don't think it's fair at all. Especially because he can tackle way better than probably 90% of this.
Bro, he was the Carter.
He had Cooper, more tackles. He had more tackles than Derek McClendon.
Ooh, low blow. Oh my God. Dang. Come on, dang. Hey, but you ain't lying. Damn, you ain't lying, dang. You ain't lying. I wouldn't have said it out loud, but you ain't lying. Bro, Carter, man, when he was out there, man, he was getting people on the ground. Now, I will admit, Marion Cooper did a decent job getting people on the ground. He had a lot more snaps, so he had a lot more opportunities for failure. But when I watched Omarion play, I didn't feel like he was a missed tackling type of guy. You know what I'm saying? I can tell you this. I had more faith in Carter making the tackle than some people we already talked about. How about that? I ain't gonna say no name.
I'm right with you there, man. But man, I'm of course getting reamed for this take, but I'm glad, you know, I got an ally. I'm glad I got, you know, another person in the Carter Stoutmire corner. That's what I'm talking about, man. But let's continue to move on. Another freshman that again, for reasons I have no idea, he played really well, but everybody loves Jaden Miller-Jones. Amazing. Had a great freshman year. And he was a very sure tackler too. He wasn't the best in coverage, but I thought that he played very, very well. One of our highest rated defensive backs on the whole team last year. So again, comes from a big time powerhouse program in Dallas, or right outside of Dallas at the DeSoto, Von Miller's old high school. And I see him eventually becoming a starting safety once he becomes a junior. But I think he'll play a very substantial role for us this year. So in terms of working on stuff, probably just coverage skills. I don't know. What do you think?
You stole it from it. I agree. Coverage skills, and let's don't act like Jalen Miller-Jones shouldn't have been starting towards the middle of the end of the season, but we all know why he didn't. But let's just keep it moving. The point of it, the fact is, man, my man was playing good. I like Jalen Miller-Jones. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't got no problems with that.
All these guys got no feedback on. Savion, he's a player that I don't know. I just kind of feel like you know, what you see is what you get with him. Maybe you could try working on a little bit more of explosion, but we've talked about that. Like everybody get more athletic, getting stronger, stuff like that. It's hard for me to have a big opinion on what these running backs need to improve on, other than just asking for the ball more.
Facts. Hey, bro, you can't even get an evaluation on him, bro. You're just like, well, I mean, he only had 47 carries the whole season. I mean, what do you say to that? I mean, I can't say nothing about that.
Okay. Now, a guy that did get some playing time on here, but honestly, man, like I can't even remember really any of his snaps is Brandon Gant. Do you remember anything? Yeah, Brandon Gant.
No.
Okay.
I don't remember anything from it.
We'll just keep moving. Jacob, he only had like one bad snap that I remember on the season. So now I'm hoping that he has 0 bad snaps. He did a good job. Jeremiah Brown, I don't really feel like we saw. Okay. All right. Here we go.
Oh my God. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. You gotta talk about it, not Trevor. Don't do it.
We gotta talk about Trevor, man.
Oh
One of the few holdovers post or pre 2023 with the Buffs. I think this is actually simple stuff, man. Put on 15 pounds of muscle and be in the film room learning how to play that linebacker position with a full offseason. My guess is he's going to be playing that. I think that's what it's going to be, unless you think he's going back to safety. I just don't think he's fast enough for what we want him to do at safety. So
okay,
what do you do?
Okay, here we go again. Here we go. This is a perfect example. They moved Trevor Woods to safety. I mean, they moved Trevor Woods to linebacker. He played linebacker in high school. Okay, now let's think about Surveyor Smalls. Well, he played safety in high school. You need to mirror that to get you to truly understand about Surveyor Smalls. I digress. Okay, Trevor Woods, he needs to work on logging into the computer and getting into the transfer portal.
Oh my God. Hey man, he's a tweener and he might not have, that type of role on this team. That just might be the reality of it, man.
Bro, come on, let's be honest. Come on, Dan. We got to be honest here, man. Let's be honest. And also, let's look at this. Let me just say this. I don't think a lot of people understand this. When I talk about players, I talk about it from their perspective for them to be successful, not necessarily what makes the team successful. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm kind of player first, right? So I think what's best for Trevor Woods, right? The guy he started for at least, did he start his freshman year, Dave? Did he start his freshman season?
Man, I can't remember. He did play, though. He did play.
He played, right? So you got a guy that played as a freshman, started, right, as a sophomore, started, right, in his 3rd year, right? He's a junior. You mean to tell me you're going to be relegated to the bench? Bro, just hit the portal, bro.
Facts.
Just hit the portal, bro.
You're right about that.
Yeah.
You're right.
Come on, man. Is that right? I mean, you played for 3 years, your senior year, right? Granted, I know he got extra years because of the COVID or whatever. Yeah. And now you're going to sit on the bench?
Man, but he should, because again, this isn't the knock that it probably comes off as, but if, something has gone seriously wrong if Trevor Woods is starting at linebacker for us next year.
Right.
Something's gone seriously wrong.
Right.
Yes, I agree with you.
Yeah. So I know it sounded crazy when I said it, but let's be honest, bro. What's best for him? What's best, bro? I don't. Y'all, am I wrong for that though, Dave? I mean, is that
No,
me?
just like 6'1" quarterbacks at the G5 level are like a non-issue.
There you go. There you go. The 6'1" quarterbacks. There you go. Dave, you hate him with a passion. Oh, dude, you hate him with a passion, Dave. I don't know
You
why.
put words in my mouth. Y'all are putting words in my mouth as always. Okay. Another. Oh dear Lord. This is a great group of three right here. Jawan Mitchell is not on this team, but I'm just gonna go ahead and offer some advice that he can work on in this offseason. And that is, man, just sometimes it's okay to just do what everybody does. You know, if everybody's running out to the tunnel together, you know, just let that phone call slide.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just sometimes it's okay to blend in, not put a target on yourself. So I think that's all I'll say. You know, Jack Welty might be one of those cases, man, where he hits that portal, man. Isaiah Jada, I think he's just got to work on you know, a lot of that agility that you know, he's got to work on his quickness, because we all saw the UCLA game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh,
and maybe consider, maybe, you know, kind of be interested to see how he would be as an interior lineman, defensive lineman.
No, he was all right. Again, I'm only looking from. I know again when I could get caught up in talking. I know he had looking at those videos, right? I just seen him on one video. Did y'all see how small he is now? He had so much bad weight when he got there, and it made his face to narrow down, his neck then got smaller. Just go back and look on the last whatever video if y'all take a peek at him. That's not the same guy that arrived. So I question his size, right? I don't even know. I like to know what his weight is now. And if he's under 300 pounds, he needs to follow. He needs to follow. He needs to follow Trevor Woods into the portal, and go play, bro. There's no sense in wasting away. Now, from a football standpoint, from a Colorado standpoint, Grant, you don't want to lose these people, but I don't think anybody in the chat or Dave want to see Jada out on the field anymore.
Oh man, another thing Rahad was wrong about.
No, I'm just saying, bro. My man at the UCLA game, the guys was running by him, right? Before he was coming out the stands. And I asked, hold on. Coach Prime was listening to Rawhide Media. Let's tell you. Coach Prime was listening to Rawhide Media, and he said, I'm tired of this idiot trying to tell me what I do and don't need to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prove to Rawhide Media why you crying for these, trying to save these players, right? You know, I got my cape on trying to save them. And he said, all right, Rawhide, I'll put John in the game. And he put John in the game. And then he turned around, looked at the camera. I looked back at the camera and I said, my bad. It'll never happen again. It will absolutely never happen again. He doesn't need to see the field in Colorado again.
Man, that was a tough post game. That was a tough week, man, because I've been on here just bitching for the same things, man. Just throw the other guys in there. How worse can it get?
It could get worse. It could get worse. It could definitely.
We had Madden glitches happening in real life.
Right.
Yeah, you know,
bro.
It was just rough. But if Jada sticks around, well, regardless, man, he's got to work on those things.
Yeah, he got to work on. You're right.
He's got to work on those things. But again, it didn't help, man, when, you know, again, when you're being coached by Bill, none of my guys know their assignments. Oh, boy. You know, but we don't have to worry about that anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thank goodness. All right. Arden Walker. A guy that I feel like he was one of our most improved players last year. And I think right now, as our returning edges, I would say that he's our strongest returning edge right now. I still a young player, so I guess I would give him like I know he alluded to this as well at the end of the year of just growing more into that leadership role. We need more guys that are returning players to be more vocal leaders this past year or this next year, hold each other accountable. That's what I'd like to see. And then, on the field, probably just working on a little bit more of his explosiveness, getting off that edge. I mean, you can never have too much explosiveness.
Bro, you stole it right. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Maybe some of that, work on his hands. You know what I'm saying, getting people off of it. But the word on the street is that he's the guy. He's supposed to be one of the guys next year, right? That's the word on the street. So
he should be top in that top 4 for that edge rotation, like no doubt. That's how I feel.
Right. And I don't know, you know what I'm saying, with the new guys, I can't really say where he kind of slots in, but I'll say I hope he is one of the, especially, and he from Colorado too. So
yes.
Yeah, so I like for, you know what I'm saying, a hometown kid to, show up and show out, because I get tired of people trying to beat on Coach Prime head because he won't recruit Colorado players. So, you know what I'm saying, which is not true. But, yeah, I like to see him do well. You know what I'm saying? I like to see him do well. So I agree with you.
Love it. Okay. Tyler Brown, David Connor, I guess not much you can say other than that they just better be active and they better be on the field this year. I know that Tyler Brown's situation was completely out of his control. David Connor just making sure that he's doing well with rehab, getting ready. But even if David Connor's not a starter for us, which I do feel like he does have, he's kind of a wild card. I guess realistically looking at it, when we have Savion Washington, we got Khalil Benson, who else we got? Jordan Seaton, like those 3 guys. I guess the 4th guy I would put in that group would be David Connor. And, I wouldn't put it past David Connor to at least be securing that swing tackle position. Depending on how I think that there isn't much of a talent difference between Savion and Khalil Benson. Like, I think, they're probably kind of similar players, like in terms of just overall ability. And David Connor's kind of a wild card, but was talked about very highly. So I don't know.
Yeah. I think they could have actually used David Connor, but again, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know, because I was so dead doggone wrong about those other offensive linemen. So I just
he tore his tricep.
Oh, it was a tricep? I thought it was
pec. Yeah, you're right. It was pec. Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I'd like to see Connor get a shot and see what it looks like. Honestly, I'm curious what all of them are going to look like. But since we're talking about him, I'm curious to see what it looks like.
Now, Hank Zelinskis. Everybody pronounces his name differently. Hank Zelinskis. Adam Munster Tiger mentioned last week on his podcast that right now, starting center isn't Tyler Brown or Yakiri Walker. He thinks Hank Zelinskis is the starting center next year. Wow.
Me and Adam, we kind of almost on the same page.
So
bro.
I got no feedback for him, but break that down for me, man. Why do you really like him?
Okay. He was a freshman. I like that. He was kind of bad last year, but they all was, right? But the room of growth is so much bigger, in my opinion, with freshmen, right? You get big changes, right? In freshmen.
And he played a lot better against Utah.
He did, bro. And then, but when you get transfers in, most of the time you find you get minimal, right? You get minimum adjustments, right? But so that's what makes me big on. It's the opportunity to improve greatly. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, bro, I'm all about some Hank Zelinskis, man. When I watched him play, they all was bad, but I was like, man, that dude can be okay.
Yeah. I'm very interested to see how this center competition goes now, because I feel like it's 3 deep. Any last words, man? This might be the last time we.
Oh,
Jack Bailey.
Oh my God, Jack Bailey. He needs to retire from football. The others will need to hit the portal, but Bailey, you just need to retire.
Yeah,
bro.
he was. in my opinion, I know that he wasn't the worst graded player on here, but we just didn't set him up for success here. He was supposed to be a backup, and you wonder if Bill Boyle should have even been allowed to offer a guy of his size.
Hey. That's why he wasn't the worst graded.
No,
bro. Let me tell you something. See that right there, that's why you always can't lean on the
BB
grade.
was worse.
BB was bad. Do you believe BB was worse than Baylor? Let me ask you that.
Hell no.
Thank you, bro. Hell no. Hell no. My man Baylor was blocking ghosts, bro. I literally saw my man blocking ghosts. My man, bro. Oh my God. Hey, listen, man. Let me stop. I'm kind of being, a little funny with it, but yeah, bro. Bailey, move him. Hey, bro. Move him to a fullback. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mimic the Baltimore Ravens. You know what I'm saying? And make him fullback. Add an extra blocker, bro.
All right. Now let's talk about this. Kareem Harden. I like Kareem Harden. I want him to stay here. He can probably play and start at another level right now. I know he was a highly recruited guy coming out of JUCO. Probably just this is probably bad. Just working on his assignments. Probably sounds like that was his biggest, piece of improvement. Sorry that the coach didn't seem to help with that at all. But make sure you got your assignments down this year. I think he's a quality depth offensive lineman for us.
100% agree with you. He needs improvement all the way around, but I agree with you. Depth piece.
Okay, Savion Washington. When I was diving into him a little bit, there was actually kind of a somewhat of a substantial difference in his run blocking when they were running zone versus man. And he was a much better zone run blocker than he was man. I guess with Pat Shurmur, I'm assuming we'll see some more zone. But Bill Carroll that I had on last week was saying that he thinks we'll see more power, more man. So I think for me, I would just like to see him become a better run blocker overall, I guess. And I think that has to do with just, playing more angry, playing more nasty, find the Mamba mentality because I think most of the year he played last year was on one leg. And I don't think it was a fair season to assess him on. But I still think he's the starting right tackle right now if I had to put my money on it.
Totally agree. I was wondering were you going to say that because I know people that's going to listen, they're going to lose their mind when we say this, but he's probably going to start next season. So, yeah, I agree with everything you said there. He wasn't that. I mean, he did play. He was playing on the bad wheel. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, totally.
He'll probably be that.
Man, a lot of these guys are gone. Anything on Omari McNeil? I don't know. Again, I feel like he was with Arden Walker kind of up there as one of our most improved players, player that we saw development happen with this past year. I was just saying maybe continuing to be good or, be better at holding your ground in the run game, eating up those holes, but pause. But wanted to see, if you had anything else that came to mind. There wasn't anything really that popped up to mind with me with Omari.
I thought he fought well.
Yeah.
I thought he fought well. If you're depending on, I'll say this: if they're depending on Omari McNeil to be one of their better defensive tackles coming in the next year, which I'm not saying that's what they are, they're going to have some problems. He did okay. I think he's a decent rotational piece.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I think if he becomes like one of our top 3 guys that we can put in there on the interior, that's really going to help. Because we still need more help with the interior because right now, man, I don't have, I have very tempered expectations for Bishop Thomas right now on the field. I love Bishop Thomas, but I think the biggest critique for him is just to, really take to heart this discipline, constructive criticism, coaching, all of that, and take hold of the professional atmosphere that they're trying to integrate here. Really, that's it. I think he needs to get his mind right before we start critiquing, what he can and can't do on the field because we just didn't see him much.
Right. You remember I sent you that video with him and Shane Coates, right?
Yeah.
How big do you actually think he is? How much do you actually think he weighs?
I don't know. He's not 305. There's no way he's 305.
No, he's not 305. He's not 305.
Maybe 290.
You think he's that?
I don't know. How much you think he is?
Honestly, I think he's about 265.
Dude, then just put him at fullback, man.
Bro, you saw him in the video. Shane Coates Shane Coates is listed smaller than he is. But did you see how wide Shane Coates and bro, they ain't even Bishop.
They're different categories in terms of size.
And let me tell you the problem with Bishop too in his size. I can live with the fact, right? You can have a small person, right, playing on the defensive line. I get it. You can do that. It ain't, what I'm saying, it's not the best idea, but you can do that. But his problem with him, he's small waist down. If you look at him, even with his pads on, he doesn't have a big base. You know what I'm saying? They say he used to play tight end, which looks like he played a lot of that because he doesn't have a defensive tackle body. His base is small. And those of you all who listen to me, man, go back and watch Bishop and how he's built up, right? Because the dude, man, I will say this. My man that they lost, but he played on the offensive line that they lost to Missouri, right? My man had tree trunks, right, for thighs.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? And then as he went up, he wasn't as big up, but he had tree trunks, right? Honestly, I mean,
he bad built, big worm.
Well, I ain't bad big worm. I ain't saying he bad built, man. I ain't saying call him bad. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying I don't think he's. If he's 265, I know he's short, so I try to put him at maybe play some defensive end or something, or whatever the case may be. But because he's athletic, they got him running down there on kickoff. You know what I'm saying? He's taking folks' head off, so he's an athletic guy. I try to better use him somewhere else. I'm sorry to go so long on Bishop, but because I like Bishop, bro. Honestly,
I like him too, man.
Yeah, man. He got great personality.
I love Bishop. Okay, now we'll just end with one of the GOATs, man. A lot of people don't want to acknowledge it, but hey, Shane Coates, right now you are not an NFL draft pick, but let's see how he does this year. Might he sneak onto a practice squad or a 7th, 6th round pick, depending on the season that he has? I guess it really depends on where we use him, but y'all think that Shane Coates isn't going to see the field. I'm still telling you right now, Shane Coates is one of the better interior players that we have right now, and probably the second most proven that we have right now outside of Chidozie Nwankwo.
Bro, did you look at his rating? How did if you did or not, you may or may not. Did you look at how he graded out?
Yeah, I can. And guys, like for these line positions, I do take more stock in like these grades than I do with like the quarterback grade or the wide receiver grade. It's like that's a little bit easier to see like, how these guys are doing. But when you're looking at guys who you're evaluating where like statistics really don't tell a story at all on their performance, offensive linemen and defensive linemen, that's why I, pay a little bit more attention to this. Interior defenders, and Omari McNeil was rated slightly higher than him overall, but in the run game, if I remember correctly, Shane Coates was by far our best graded defensive lineman in the run game. By far. And like once you're reaching that 70, like that doesn't mean that you're just like servable at that. Like that's kind of how I read it. It's like, no, like you're on the edge of being a good run defender. So I think we'll see another improvement from him this year. And if we're able to change his role a little bit, depending on the type of front that we run, he might have even more success in that category. I think where I was wrong in my expectation of him and evaluation of him is that I thought he was just going to, you see the tape, from Dartmouth, you think he's just going to be a pass rushing monster. And that's just not I think, what he is at that level, nor was what he was asked to do, especially when he was probably our biggest defensive lineman on the whole line this past year.
Bro, he a great team player, man. He took a L. He took a L because they didn't have anybody, to play on the defensive line. They need to do him a favor, put him at defensive end, put his hand on the ground, let him not worry about getting 10 million calories a day, trying to hold weight to play a defensive tackle spot. Let his body just naturally, fit to what it is. Be a defensive end, bro. And let it run. If y'all don't like that, fine. And listen, I'll even listen to you on, not you, Dave, but just the people. I'll even listen to people on the fact that, okay, well, fine. He could be if you have the opportunity to get him out on known passing downs, you want to put somebody else there, fine. Yeah. But I think Shane Coates should be playing a defensive end position. And as of right now, I ain't seen them other dudes, if not starting, he should be in the rotation, high in the rotation.
I just don't know. Like, again, if I had to put my money on it right now, who am I going with after Wonkwo? Tarian Carter, maybe, but he's kind of just been a part-time player. Guys like Anquin Barnes, or if you're talking about defensive end, Quincy Wiggins, I really like those guys. Like, I think they're athletic, but again, so is Savell Smalls. Like, we've seen this before. Those guys have a combined 60 total snaps that they've played, Barnes and Wiggins, between the two of them. I just don't know what to expect. That's why I'm not putting expectations on them right now to be substantial players on this team. I want to see it, but I thought it was pretty interesting, with the alignment. Shane Coates, they mainly had him responsible for covering that B gap and then a little bit of the A gap. So I don't know if he was playing a little bit more of that 3 technique or whatever it is, but I just hope that, with some of the other players that we have coming in, that he's in a role that suits him well. And again, I think it's so funny, guys. The comments in here is like, well, we never stopped the run. I don't believe what any of those grades are telling us. No, look at everybody else's grades. The grades are telling us that there was only one guy on this team that could hold his own in run defense on that line. The only one was Shane Coates. Now, if you break it down a little bit, I mean, you got somebody that's a little bit more well-rounded with better pass rush ability, like Omari McNeil. Again, you need guys that can collapse the pocket from the interior. That is crucial. That's the only way you beat these big quarterbacks. But I just think it's a casual take right now that I don't feel Shane Coates deserves that kind of smoke that I feel like he's getting online from a ton of people about how he shouldn't be on this team. I just think we're a worse team if he transfers out. We're a worse defensive line without him.
Right, bro. Honestly, man, it's the same people that don't like him as that don't like Carter Stoutmire, man. Same people, bro. They don't like Carter and they don't like Shane. I don't understand why. You know what I'm saying? Because, bro, you don't be evaluating him against Jalen Carter. No, he ain't that.
No.
that ain't what he is. You know what I'm saying? But he is a good college football player. And I think he did a decent job at the position they made him play. Guys,
and that's not meaning getting tackles in the run game. That's not what it means. I just wanted to clarify that. They're like, well, he didn't have tackles,
Right. And listen, and two, on my grade scale, good, sometimes good doesn't get drafted. I mean, it's 130 FBS schools. You multiply that about the number of players, or you want to go by positions, you multiply that by 2 if you're going with 2 D tackles, right?
Yes.
Bro, all of them don't get, but a lot of those guys are good. They don't get drafted. So my good ain't, as I've heard before, a man in the NFL. What's his name? Played for the Rams.
Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald, right, bro. I mean, good ain't Aaron Donald, bro. Good is just he's doing his job in college, right?
Yeah, I love this. Dave, how many sacks did Coates get? He was a bad pass rusher. I'm not denying that. But what I'm saying is I cannot wait. I cannot wait till I get this all 22 tape from the entire season. Because you know what we're gonna see, Rawhide? We're gonna see one guy not getting blocked off his spot while everybody else is folding, like a paper sack on that defensive line in the run game. The one guy that's going to stand strong or stronger than the other guys was Shane Cokes. And again, that doesn't show up with stats. So, I mean, y'all can ignore the data if you want. At least the PFF grade does have somebody that goes and charts every single play and gives them a grade on what they were, how effective they were on everything they could do. But if you're looking for me to justify his performance in the run game with anything else, there isn't another statistic. I'm just trying to give you guys as much information as I can possible.
Right.
But again, it's not a flashy thing, like to have your best strength be, holding your own in the run defense.
Facts.
It's not flashy, man. And I think I just don't understand it, man.
Yeah,
I think y'all are smarter than that.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, man. They just, people. I'm not gonna say anything on that. Let me say, I don't mean to change the subject or anything. I think. Did you have another player you want to bring up?
No, that was it. He was player number 99.
Yeah, that's a good one. I can tell you this, man. A little off subject, bro. I am so excited to see the development of the freshmen that they signed last season. That's going to tell me everything I need to know about the coaching staff. What do you think about that?
It's going to tell me about the coaching staff in some key coaching staff positions. I think, man, seeing how the linebackers that we recruited, I still think they're very athletic guys that are a little raw. So you just need to coach them up, right? Victory Johnson, and Morgan Pearson, Kofi Taylor Barracks. In the secondary, again, y'all hate to hear it, but hey, we got guys like Carter Stoutmire back there, right? Cormani McClain, I guess Adam Hopkins. Let's see the jump that these guys take. If they can take a jump, if some of these guys can take a jump and make a substantial or be a substantial player, on this team contributor, Hank Zielinskis. That's like what we're going to need in order to contend for. I think if we're going to contend for a college football playoff spot, man, we need some of these young guys really taking steps.
Right. I'm just excited to see it, bro. I cannot wait to see these freshmen and see if they get anything out of the players that they signed last year. I'm super excited. I see somebody say something about Shane Coates. Here we go. I got to turn it again. They say, he only had X amount of tackles. How many tackles did Shane Coates have last year?
It doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter. Let me see. He had. Hey, actually, this is kind of a lot for his position. 21 and 11 assists.
So he had 21 total tackles?
I think that's – let me check it with ESPN because I think Pro Football does it a little bit different. So I think it might be 32 total tackles.
Right. So just FYI, guys, just to give you some idea here, Aaron Donald averaged 4 tackles a game. He had 53 total tackles. That ain't even solo. Those are even with help.
They judged it a little bit different. They had him with 29 total tackles on ESPN. So,
okay, 29. I'm good with that. 29,
30 tackles. Yeah.
Okay. 29 is fine. I'm trying to give you some perspective. The best defensive tackle in the game of football, Aaron Donald, 4 tackles a game, guys. That's what he got. 4 tackles a game. That's total tackles. I ain't even solo. Them total tackles. God, come on, fellas. Y'all need to stop this.
I know, man. I mean, it's just like, Craig, man. I now we're just defending Carter and Cokes this whole time. I want to leave their mark on the field. He did his job wrong. Yeah, the other 10 guys weren't doing anything. But you guys put me in this situation where then I'm defending Shane Cokes, where I know that sounds like he is Aaron Donald. No, man, I just felt like he did a decent job in one aspect of his job, whereas compared to the rest of the guys that we had on the D line outside of Omari McNeil were terrible everywhere. They were terrible everywhere. Some of them were even bigger.
Yeah.
Leonard Payne, I'm not going to do Leonard Payne that disservice, man. I'm just not. But yeah, at the end of the day, I think Shane Coates should be playing a rotational position for this team. And I don't see how that's a hot take.
Yeah, I don't either, bro. I don't either. I don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah, I would agree. I'm defending Shane Coates, but I'm like, they got some problems if he's your starting defensive tackle going into next season. I mean, I see both things can be true.
I'm not even calling him a starter.
I know, right? Both things can be true. I don't get it, but you know, I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
But right now he is a starter.
Oh Lord!
But I don't think he'll be a starter by the time the season rolls around. But right now, man, he's a starter. Well, Ra, thanks for going a little bit long with me.
Man. I'm just
I just
happy
need some social interaction after being at my work computer all day, man.
Oh my God, man, I appreciate it. And we're gonna have to do. We're gonna talk about these. I'll talk to you offline. But yeah, I'm glad to be on with you, bro. It's been a minute, and you gave me an opportunity where I'm not losing my ever loving mind right now. So I appreciate it.
And man, no doubt, man. Yeah, I always love chopping it up with you. All my friends watching, go subscribe to Rawhide. Otherwise, what are you doing if you're not tuning into, the Jerry Springer of Colorado YouTube, like at least, on a weekly basis? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I know, right? I know. Hey, Dave, let's don't act like you didn't go hard to paint on your tweet you put out there. Blame, you know what I'm saying? You went Deion Jr. for a second, blaming the fans. You know what I'm saying? Come on, what you talking about, bro? Look here, bro. Hey, listen. After I read your tweet on my channel, they said you can, you can come to the cookout. They say you can come to the. You lost your ever-loving mind on Twitter. What are you talking about?
Wait, what specific tweet are we talking about?
You know what tweet we're talking about. You know what tweet we're talking about.
Yes. I know what we're talking about. I know what we're talking about. Yes, man. Yeah, but y'all go tune in to Rawhide. I'll be back tomorrow, but I appreciate y'all so much. And let's go Buffs.
Let's go Buffs, bro.
All right, let me end this right here. Thanks again,